I'm not late. Starting right on time. Hold on. I'm telling you, Amazon just waits for it's time for me to go live and then decides to show up at my door. Gets my dogs all riled up. Oh, jeez. And all for Flubel bug bites. I guarantee it. Let's see what's in here. Feels like, man, yeah, this is Flubel bug bites for sure. Ah, boy. What a day, what a day. Hello, everyone. Yep, more bug bites. Wouldn't you know it? Add them to my stack. Eventually it'll show up. Oh. That was inevitable, right? They're everywhere. Alright, what's going on? Boy, I've been up, going nonstop since 4. I got up at 4. I got crap all over me, but I didn't start packing until 5. Did I clickbait this title? I don't even remember. The worst and best day so far. Yes, I did. I did clickbait it. Kind of clickbaity. Let the show begin. Hello, everyone that's here. All the early people that have been hanging out with me for the last 40 minutes. I'm just going to say hello to everyone and skip all the personal introductions. Make sure that's turned off. Make sure my ringer's turned off. Because it hasn't been the last... Oh, I have a text message. Yes and no. Ringer. Oh, you guys probably can't even hear me, can you? Because the microphone's like way over here. All right. There. Yeah, I don't even know if you guys could hear any of that, but now the microphone's back. I ordered my USPS cremated remain boxes. I still haven't got mine yet. It's been like 3 weeks. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I already said that way better. What? What? Audio sounds strange. Yeah, sorry. The microphone, my microphone is on a pivot mount. Woo! Oh. Well, it didn't pivot. I just pulled the whole thing out. All right. But anyways, when I'm not live, instead of this like being in my way, I swivel it around and it was over there. So now we swivel it back and here we are. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. All right. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Oh man, you don't get the Friends references around here very often, do you? Pivot. So, the good and the bad. A lot of good. And honestly, the bad's not even that bad. Well, it's pretty bad. Hey, what's going on, Melvin? I had an entire case, a whole case of poly bags with bad seams. Every single one. Thankfully, I had a ton of orders today because I wouldn't have caught it if it was just a few orders. So basically, oh man, it's like packing foam all over me from those stupid bug bites. I don't know what they put in the bag. Hopefully it's not like... Anyways. Pivot! God, that's one of the funniest scenes ever of Friends. God, I just picture them all in the stairwell right now. People are like, what is this retard talking about? Anyways, so yeah, we had a ton of orders the last week and like more than double my usual. So I was all geared up last night. I had all my boxes made. I had all I had just had everything laid out, what goes in what box, where it's going, which boxes I need to pack first because I am in Seattle, so I start on the East Coast and work my way towards myself. That way, at 10 o'clock, I can get all the East Coast packages to the post office for their first shipment, and then everything else goes on the later shipment. But so I'm bagging all these fish, and I noticed, like, I just moved one. I was like, well, all the what? How come this is like not full anymore? And I'm looking at it, and they're all double bagged. So I'm like, I couldn't tell. So I was like, well, maybe I just did a terrible rubber band job, because these were poly bags, not breather bags. Excuse me. So I take it out of the bag because they're double bagged, and then take off all the rubber bands. Well, I cut them off because it's easier just to cut them off, but start filling it back up with air again, and it fills all the way up, and then there's like little streams of water, like little itty bitty like needlepoint streams of water coming out of the seams, and I'm like, well, that's no good. So then I went and checked all of them, and sure enough, the entire case, every single bag had water coming out of the seams. So I start the day with the most orders by far, more than double than I've ever had in a week, and I have no bags. So I had to ship everything out today in breather bags with heat packs. And I am so like paranoid. Now it's not the first time. So last week I shipped out breather bags with heat packs as well, and knock on wood, didn't have any losses last week. I think I might have figured out like the secret code to make that work. Not that, people have been doing that forever. But me, myself, I think I figured out a way to do it. Again, knock on wood. Hopefully everything arrives this week safe. But now I have no bags to ship for tomorrow. So if I ship tomorrow, everything's still got to go breather bags. What else? I shattered a 20-gallon long tank in the fish room today. Basically, how I do my water changes is I just take a water siphon and I siphon it down into a 20-gallon tank that's on the floor, and then use a pump to suck out, to pump out all the water. And I just put my foot right through it while it was full of water. So that was fun, just working, not paying attention, walking around. Normally I would have moved it, but it was full of water, so I didn't. And then I don't know what I was was bent over like catching fish, and then I like took a step back and my heel went right through the tank, and now I'm kicking bug bites. So that was pretty fun. What else? Matthew Vargas, what? I think I have a problem with your order already. You might be someone else though. Let me look. Just like Steenfott in a China shop. Yes. Case of the Mondays. Well, the Warrior Planet Tank's like, even so, that's why, it's the best day ever, but it's also the worst day. And it's not like it means it's a bad day, right? Like, my worst day, it's still a good day. It's still a phenomenally good day. So, I would say like maybe 7 out of 10 on just that stuff that happened. Where is your order? Man, I got so many. I just can't even. No, I'm just kidding. Matthew Vargas. Oh, no issues with your order. No issues with your order, Matthew. Yours is actually perfect. No issues. I do have to contact somebody else though, and if I see that person in chat, then I'll say something. So yeah, I don't think there's, knock on wood, always knock on wood. I don't think I'll have any problems with any of the shipments today. What I'm having problems with is shipping, as far as like the cost of shipping. Zen Ginger, your order was just fine. Wait. Yeah, nothing wrong with your order either. Jimmy, aren't you on... Oh, I'm still kicking bug bites everywhere. That was a mistake. Aren't you supposed to be on a plane or something? I don't know. Why didn't the plecos make it to the site? Are you talking about the L009? I see a plastic tote in your future. Mike, I own a plastic tote, and I was sitting here doing my water changes over the weekend, and I'm like, all right, once I'm done with the water changes this weekend and I'm done shipping, I'm going to clean out my plastic totes and use one of them instead. So like it was already like this wouldn't have happened next weekend because I would already had I have those black I don't even know what size they are, totes that are pretty common, but yep, that'll be it tomorrow or next week. But the plecos didn't make it to the site, Matthew, because I lost 2 of them, and anytime I lose a fish, I put them in extended quarantine. So yeah, I lost 2 of them, but that was all like within the first couple days of me getting the order. So still, I like to be a little more cautious because there's nothing worse. I will tell you, there is absolutely nothing worse than making a sale, shipping it out, and then having to refund the entire sale. Like, that is one of the worst feelings in the world, let me tell you. So the last thing I want to do is even remotely take a chance at shipping out sick fish. You need to set your goal for the year so we can rally like a Jerry Lewis telethon. You know, I haven't really sat down and made my goals for next year. I have some of them written down, but a lot of them are personal, so they won't get shared here. And then once I do goals for the business, absolutely we'll show them here. So anyway, shipping. I'm taking a huge loss on shipping. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. The last thing I want to do is raise the prices on shipping, but I might try to stick it out through this year. And then once spring comes, obviously the shipping's not really an issue when I don't have to spend money on breather or heat packs and insulation, crap like that. I went to Planet Invert, but no luck finding them. Emerald, jade, shrimp. I can get jade shrimp, but they're not the ones that Jimmy was talking about. Or maybe they were. I don't know. Can you recommend a minimum tank size for clown loaches? Huge. Probably like an 8-foot tank. 200 gallons. Clown loaches get ginormous. They get ginormous. Yeah, let me take a look. I don't think yours has been shipped out yet. I think yours is on the list for tomorrow. Oh, no. Nope. Yours is just fine. There's only one order that I had a problem with, and I got shipped out everything. It's just inventory numbers were a little off. So somebody ordered 12 fish and they only got 10. So got them a little refund action, and so 65 gallon probably not a good idea. So here's the thing with clown loaches. If you buy them small at like 2 inches, you can keep them in that thing for years. Like they take decades to get big. So long term, here. You want to know how it goes? Here's the life cycle of people that own clown loaches. Okay, I love clown loaches personally. I've been in love with clown loaches since I was a kid. First in the hobby. I remember when I made the transition from reptiles to fish. Like the fish I had to have was all the sharks, rainbow sharks, red tail sharks, bala sharks, and clown loaches. And then usually by the time like the clown loaches, I don't know, actually way before you need to upgrade your tanks, people usually get tired of clown loaches and trade them in. Honestly, that's usually what happens. So people have them for 4 or 5 years. They're like, I think it's time for something new, and they get rid of them. So very rarely do people actually make the full life cycle of clown loaches. And those people are out there, and they do upgrade their tanks and blah, blah, blah. But, oh gosh, whose video did I watch? I hope I didn't pick up the blah, blah, blah thing. Who was it? IFG? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, if I pick that up, I'm going to punch him in the throat. How long did it take to catch the Hillstream loach? You didn't sound enthused about it. Actually, that was pretty easy. The Hillstream loach wasn't bad at all. I've had to catch a couple of them. And yours wasn't that bad. But there was some that were... I was ready to pull my hair out if I had any. Brenna, I noticed you got Panagars back in stock. I thought they were out of season. That's awesome. Yeah, they didn't show up on the list, but you got to remember... I got a new wholesaler now, so I got all kinds of fish coming in this week. All kinds of fish. new stuff, restocking old stuff. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know, do you guys want to know what I'm getting in this week? I can pull it up. Maybe. Setting up a 20 high rack with 5 side by side on the shelf, but the front 2 inches and the back 2 inches of the tanks extend over the rack. Is that okay? Or do all 4 corners have to be supported? So I will tell you that tanks are generally made to hold all the weight on the corner. So the way the frames are, the 4 corners, you generally want touching something solid. That being said, they're only 20 gallons. So will it work? Probably. Am I going to tell you to do it and it's going to work and you're going to have no problems? No. I would never say that, because chances are you might have problems. So would I do it? I might risk it depending on the setup. But you're going to be taking a chance if you do it. Again, it's like a 10 gallon, no problem. Like, it can support that easily. Did you know the picture of a pleco on your site is a 128? Yeah. All the fancy goldfish. No goldfish yet. No goldfish yet. Although that would be a really good fish to sell in the winter. Isn't it? Is it not a 128? It's a 128 in my book. Zach's Tank's crazy aquarium guy. Holy smokes, I was just thinking about you the other day. How is Mr. Potato doing? And your zebra plecos been breeding yet? I need updates. I got rid of the zebra plecos like over a year ago. So, no, they are not breeding. The dragon puffer is doing great, though. He's just in a 40 gallon all by himself. And that's how he's going to be forever. He loves his mealworms. I'm now feeding him red wigglers. And yeah, we're kind of buddies now. Now that he knows that I am the bringer of food. What else? Oh, wait. Yes. Okay, people want to know. Okay. Normally this is reserved for members, but since I haven't even posted it to the members yet, oh, my UPS account manager wants to talk to me. Oops, I'm in the wrong email. Wrong email, folks. So I've never hated cake. Never hated cake. So, you know, just saying. Oh, wait, what am I doing? See? Here they are again. Probably dropping off more bug bites. Let's see. I would buy goldfish from you if you go there. I mean, I'm not going to say it's out of the question. I just got to find somewhere to get good goldfish first. We're going to wait for this Amazon guy to go away. I'm telling you, like, they've had all day to deliver my packages. Now they've shown up twice. I've had my koi for 1.5 months now, and they are only coming out at night. Is there a reason for this? I have never kept koi a day in my life. I'm certainly not a koi expert, but generally when fish only come out at night, it means they're not comfortable in their current environment. Alright, this might actually be someone real at my door. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh boy! Is this even for me? Yeah, this is for me. So, let me go back to the live stream here, or the live scene. It is not more bug bites, but it is part of my deal alert system that I've been doing. How do I even break? This is a weird box. That's what I think of that. Oh, yeah. Oops. I got the box. All right. So, this is the air pump that I linked. This is... I still have the old ones over here. So you remember the small one, the 40 was on sale for $4, right? A couple of weeks ago. Well, this is the big one. Look at the size difference. And this one was on sale for $7. The 40 and the 100. So of course I had to get some of these. And that's what that was. And I just continue to hoard stuff because it's on sale. Anyways, now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the koi. I mean, maybe if somebody in the chat is familiar with koi, I've never had an interest in koi ever. I think they're cool, but probably not something I would ever keep. Lunar says, how big are your koi? I used to buy babies and sell them at 6 to 8 inches. Thanks for the Amazon filter thanks for the Amazon filter. Thanks for the link for the filters. I got 3 chubby fish. Yep. There's been some pretty crazy cheap stuff lately. What was I feeding the pencil fish? Bug bites. Bottom feeder bug bites, specifically. So I've been feeding him this, the Tetracolor granules. Once a week I do frozen food in the fish room, and then once a week I do live blackworms. So they get a little bit of everything. And then also the flakes. Gosh, what kind of flake food am I using in there? It's the yellow one, Sarah flakes, Sarah tropical flakes. So they get all of that, and they've eaten all of it. They're not picky at all. Aren't the pencil fish top feeders? Yep, just like tetras. Yep. I need to get more of them in stock. So it's really weird how things happen and sell on my site. I don't know what it is. I don't know if maybe another YouTuber makes a video and everyone starts Googling it or looking them up. But like the pencil fish was something that I've had since my very first shipment. I never sold any, and then all of a sudden everyone wants pencil fish and I'm sold out. And it's like, I don't know. That's happened a couple times on fish that I've had around forever, and then all of a sudden, bang, everyone buys them and they're all sold out. So it's really weird. But anyways, more rainbow fish videos. I'll be doing more species profile videos on rainbow fish. As time comes, as I have time, basically. I've just wanted them for a while, and I didn't notice them until you pointed them out last stream. Oh, maybe that's what. Did I show them on the stream? Maybe that's why. They're really cool. I kind of feel bad because they haven't colored up like the whole 2 months I've had them. Like they're the red Beckford's pencil fish, and they haven't been red at all. But when I went there to scoop them out today, they actually were showing red. And I was like, oh, they're finally like comfortable in their home, and I'm scooping them out and sending them away. So it might take them a couple months again to get readjusted, but they did start showing that red. Emperor Tetras, I've thought about it. I'm going to have to start doing some serious thought about what I bring in. Because there is some stuff that I sell that after shipping I lose money on. So are you guys getting an echo? A weird echo? Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But anyways, we're talking about new fish that I'm getting this week. So I'm getting some L90. Ever get any gobies? There's gobies on my site right now, I believe. So anyways, more plecos. I'm getting the L90 pleco, which is a larger pleco that I normally don't get into, but they have, if you've never seen an L90 pleco, like they're super black and they have just beautiful lyre tails. So, well, they're like a really dark gray black, but they're lyre tails. So it's a fish that you don't want to put in with fin nippers, because you really want those lyre tails to grow out, and that's the beauty of that fish. But anyway, so I'm getting some of those. I'm getting more Parkinsoni rainbow fish, which I still have in stock, but restocking as well. Black mystery snails will be coming in. Oh shoot, I missed a super chat somewhere, didn't I? I read your comment, Mike, and I didn't even acknowledge that it was a super chat. Sorry, buddy. Fish Tank Barn with the $5 super chat. I see plastic tote in your future. Man, I'm terrible at this. So the Parkinsoni, these are not like a Gary Lang Parkinsoni, but they're still beautiful. If you guys saw them in the video, they're outstanding. So that's why I ordered more. Black mystery snails, I said that. The Dorotai, the Dorotai rainbow fish, they're coming in big too. They're going to be nice and big. Kamaka rainbows, pseudomcgill signifers. So it'll be my first time having pseudomcgills on the website. And one of the most popular fish on my site, the Habrosis, the salt and pepper Corridora. I'm getting a lot of them. They won't be sold out anytime soon. If you guys buy me out of how many of these I'm getting, it'll be crazy, because I'm getting 200 of them. That's right, 200 salt and pepper Corridoras. What else? Shadow catfish. Have you guys ever seen this thing? Let's look it up. Shadow catfish. Green Ranger, I will get there momentarily. Images. Here we go. So the shadow... Oh, whoops. This is the shadow catfish right here. The ornate shadow catfish. Small little, like, nano catfish that... they're kind of like... They remind me of, like, the glass... Well, they are kind of a glass catfish, but... they're really cool looking. So I'm getting... Yeah, here you go right here. Here's a really good picture right here. Really cool little catfish. They're spendy little suckers, so I don't know that they're going to sell out that fast or at all. But they're really cool, so I had to bring them in. I had to bring those guys in. Yeah, Pam, they're super awesome. And then, let's see. What else am I bringing in? German blue rams. I don't know why they're so popular, but you guys love them, and I sold out really quick. So I'm bringing in German blue rams again, and also gold rams. So I have the German blues and gold rams. And I don't know if the gold rams will sell as well as just the blue ram, but we'll find out. Amazon puffers I'm getting in, but again, they were supposed to be here last time, and they didn't ship them, so... this time it said they had very limited quantities of them, so I'm not very hopeful on getting those again this time. What's a good fish to eat hair algae off my plants but won't eat the plants? Siamese... Oh my gosh. Siamese algae eater, excuse me. Not the Chinese algae eater, but the Siamese algae eater, or a mono shrimp will fit that bill. There's some others, some barbs, some flagtails, things like that. But some more of the common ones. There is Siamese algae eater. It's because GBR are awesome. Well, that's true. And I mean, I'm not going to brag, but I have by far the best price on them out of anyone on the internet. So maybe not like private, like dude down the street cheap, but cheaper than any other reseller on the internet by far. So yeah. And also, some, more really super duper high quality rainbow fish. Let's take a look. Someone asked if I'm getting more Praecox in. Yes, I bought every single Praecox rainbow available. I said, how many do you have? I will take them all. So, Praecox will be coming in this week. What else? the yellows. I'm getting more yellows in. Restocking the Blythe River, and then I'll have the Lake Itinjo, Bosemani all coming in this week. And that's it so far. I might have Parasiprochromis coming in, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. They're very, very expensive, so I don't know if I want to do that yet. Matthew Vargas says, Bob, after looking around, your fish are too cheap. I saw those Corridoras for sale, like 6 for $95, and a lot of similar sites in the same ballpark. Yes, but here's the deal. Like I got, and we're talking about the orange Venezuelan, right? Oh man, look how far I'm sinking down. Whew. So here's the deal. I got an amazing deal on the orange Venezuelan Corridoras, and I'm looking to pass that deal along to you guys. So I'm making enough on those fish to to make it worth my while, and to I don't know, like I could charge a lot more for those fish, but I don't need to make that much more. Like I'm not trying to gouge you guys. If I get an insanely good deal on a fish, then my goal is to pass that along, because ultimately I would much rather have people with fish in their fish tanks than me with a couple extra dollars in my bank account, if that makes sense. Like again, I'm not starting this to dominate the world and be a billionaire. I'm still kind of, my whole goal of starting the YouTube channel was to kind of spread awareness for the hobby, and especially rainbow fish. And I'm not going to do a very good job spreading awareness if I'm gouging people on the price of these fish. That being said, there are fish that I do need to increase the price of, but those are not some of them. And some of you might notice, some of you may not. The prices fluctuate on the website. Sometimes I get fish cheaper than I do like the exact same fish. Like 2 weeks ago, I might not have paid the same amount that I'm paying on this order, if that makes sense. So those prices fluctuate, and that's why, because I don't always pay the same price. Zen Ginger said, never found a decent Black Knight ram. Still a bucket list fish. I don't think I'll ever bring those in unless they actually breed true. It gets really expensive for just like a novelty fish, and if someone wanted to prepay and then take the risk, I would order some. They're everywhere now. They're on like every wholesale list, so I can only imagine they're going to start coming down in price. And right now I think they're way too much for a fish that doesn't breed true. So I just don't plan on bringing any in. Bob Kaler with a purple person flexing the bouse with the apple sauce. Thank you, Bob. The $5 super chat. All right, so where are we at here? What do I have to do to start a shrimp tank in Florida? You have to buy shrimp. You have to buy a tank, put some water in it, and buy some shrimp. Depends on what kind of shrimp you want, really. But if you're just doing like cherries or something like that, very easy fish. Swisky with the $5 super chat says, I love those Corys. I'll buy some when I get back. Alrighty. I only have like 1 week left of shipping this year. So I'm trying to bring in as many fish as I can as I get ready for December 9th, which is basically my next day of shipping. That'll be when everything that comes in this week will be out of quarantine. Well, they will have like 2.5 weeks of quarantine. So I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. I'm hoping I can beat last week's numbers, because that would be outstanding. Melody V, welcome to the Steenfott Shoal. Thank you for becoming a member. You now get a discount on the website. Congratulations. One of the only perks that I offer. Candy, I would be more than happy to give them away. Don't know what you guys are talking about. It's a firefight for those Corys. Bob Kaler, what are you talking about? I still have a lot of them left. When am I gonna get pygmea rainbow fish? Probably never, Mike. And the reason being is they are available from the wholesaler, but they're super expensive, and I wouldn't even be able to get close to what Lucas is charging. So I would say if you want to pygmaeus rainbow fish, head on over to LR Brett's because he's got a really, really good price on them. Oh, get some Apistos for December 9th. It's just not the season for Apistos, man. I don't know what I'm going to do with Apistos yet. The only Apistos that I have available right now are the Jurensis or something like that. And they're just a silver Apistos, so I don't think that they would sell that well. They're cool. They have their really cool fins, but just not a lot of color, so I don't think they would do that well. RJ Riz says, I live near Sarasota, have a colony of cherry shrimp, and I just use tap water. Yeah. Cherry shrimp are so easy. So easy. Those cories are gorgeous, but I'm basically out of space. Yeah. Welcome to the fish keeper's nightmare. Never enough space. Zen Ginger says, Bob, did you get my email about quarantining my shrimp and fish together? No rush, just curious. Yes, but I haven't had a chance to answer a single email yet. But I will tell you right now, absolutely quarantine them together. Yep. I would, honestly, if it was me. Good luck finding those snails, Sean. Okay, so look at the snails I told you about. Oh, the ones that I looked up last week. The super duper rare ones. Will you ever start selling some of Dean's fish on your site, EA, the Black Rams? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I know he sells a lot of his fish to Aquarium Co-op, and he asked if I wanted to buy some guppies, but I already have the ones that he was selling, so I didn't. But it depends. Like, if he has fish for sale, I asked him, and he had just gotten back from Peru, so he wasn't breeding anything. Now he has a lot of stuff growing out, so we'll see. Maybe. Like, I'm not against it by any means. I mean, obviously that would be awesome. Joel dropping the dollar turd as always. Thank you, my friend. No joke. I'd take pest snails all day. Yeah, I don't have a problem with snails at all. Like, I don't consider snails to be a pest at all. My blue steel Episto fry are almost juvies, and mom is ready again. And now that is a really cool Epistogramma, the steel blue. Pretty rare. I don't think I've ever seen those for sale in a fish shop. Bob, what are your preferred shipping rates for site for priority and overnight so you aren't at a loss? I guess I can talk about this. Everything is a loss. I lose on shipping every single time. I actually figured it out today, and I don't know where I put the piece of paper, but for everything I shipped out today and what it actually cost me, it was a $120 loss. Let's see, do I have any boxes around here? Yeah. So, like this one right here, this is the 7x7x6 right here. This is the only box size that I don't lose money on. So if I can fit stuff in this box right here, I break even at $14.99. This small box here is a break even. So, and it ships really well. So this box is like perfect. Why did that get all dark? That's weird. I don't know. Then we go up to like this box here. This box again at $14.99. This is the medium flat rate. This one cost me about $2 to $3 loss on this one every time I ship this one. So that's not that big of a deal. I don't have any of the larger ones in here, but the next one is the 12x12x8 large priority box. That one's not a flat rate, so that one I shipped one out last week that was $40 some for the large flat rate, which obviously when I'm collecting 15, that's a huge loss or a huge loss. White box, auto adjusted white balance. Oh, that probably makes sense. The overnight priority from UPS, that's depending on the order. So that's all that it comes down to, is depending on the order. So if you order a lot of fish and then you buy UPS priority. So here's what I don't want you guys to think. Like, this is not complaining. I'm not like trying to convince you guys that I'm going to raise my rate. I'm not trying to, none of that. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So don't worry about that. Like, I'm well aware of the losses I'm carrying, and I'm perfectly all right with it for now. So the UPS overnight with a lot of fish, it depends on weight. The cheapest one I've ever shipped was $47 for just shipping. And then you got to add the styro liners, the heat packs, things like that. That's about $4.20. So every box plus shipping, and then all those supplies that go into shipping is about $4.20, which I'm hoping I can start bringing that cost down. It's basically, the more I buy in bulk, the more that cost comes down. So the cheapest UPS overnight shipping, I got one today that was $47, and then I got one today that was almost $80. And again, I collect $59.99 for that. So the goal is it to be a wash. And this week, there was a lot of large orders, so heavier boxes. So that's why I took a big loss this week. But I've only been doing this for 2 months, and I got to go and check all like the last week's data, and like the goal is to have it even out over a period of time. So hopefully, like, these small boxes right here, if I can ship like 5 of these to every large box that I ship out, then I'm gonna get pretty close to breaking even. So that's the goal. And then so we're, like I said, it's still only like 2.5 months into this, so there's still a lot of data that needs to be collected, and I'm not like looking to just drastically change something like next week shipping is going to be $19.99. Nope. If anything, I'll probably just write out the $14.99 for the rest of the winter, and then all of next spring and summer, and then maybe do like a surcharge for the heat packs next year. I don't know, because heat packs are freaking expensive. It's ridiculous. Of course, I don't know what it takes to make a heat pack, so maybe they're not that much, but yeah. What's this weird dude looking at me? Oh, it's a cheerleader. How come it's a cheerleader dancing, but a dude looking at me? That's weird. Bob loves the cheerleader. I don't get it. But thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Did you just give your email? Yeah, you probably don't want to give your email out over the internet, because a couple thousand people are going to watch this and then get your email. I would highly advise never giving your email in a live stream. Just saying. Why don't you set up the calculated shipping on your site for every order? Because that is an absolute pain in the butt. There's way too many variables. That would require me to set a weight for every single product and every single variant of that product. And there's just too much that goes into it. Like, 1 week I might ship that, like, let's just take like 3 fish. Like, I sell the German rams 3 at a time, right? Maybe this week I sell 3 of them and I ship them all in a breather bag. And then maybe next week I ship them and I ship them in just a regular poly bag. Well, the breather bags are significantly heavier, right? Because it's a bag full of water versus a bag only a quarter full of water. So there's so many variables that go into it. I couldn't imagine doing that. Plus, the actual cost of shipping is insane. So when we look at this one, right? So this is the medium. This is a flat rate box. So this one, it doesn't matter how much this one weighs at all. So, well, it does and it doesn't. So it's $14.35 to ship this. If it's less than 5 pounds, then I get it cheaper than $14. If it's more than 5 pounds, then I have to do it as a flat rate, and I never pay more than $14.35 to ship this. But you know, those UPS or USPS is raising their rates in January, so we'll see what it's going to be then. But so like a ton of breather bags in this box here is no problem at all, and it's just weird things like that. There's if you didn't ship this in a flat rate, let's say you order, I think I put 8 breather bags in one of these today, and it was like 7 pounds. No, actually, I think it was close to 10 pounds. I shipped so much stuff today. But it would have been like $21 had the customer paid for it through like checkout, right? If I had assigned a weight to it and did calculating shipping costs, it would have been $21. But for me to do it as a flat rate, because it doesn't matter, it was just $14.35. And then you add, I mean, yeah, I lose out on the $4.20 and the heat packs and the Styroliner and all that, but it's just way easier for you guys to have a flat rate than it is to now I might do that for overnight shipping, because taking a huge loss on an overnight package really sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. African American cichlid, I stream for usually 1 hour, sometimes a little bit longer, but yeah. Don't say anything. He might lose track of time until he gets hungry. I actually ate before the stream, so we're good. We are good. So my day started at 4. I started packing at 5. I finished packing around 2:30, so I barely made the 3 p.m. Cutoff for USPS. And so I went to USPS first because their cutoff is 3 p.m. And then I went to USP at... Okay, starting over. At 2:30, I went to the post office, USPS, because their cutoff time is 3. Then I went to UPS because UPS cutoff time is 3:30. And then I got back home at around 4. I ate, and then I went on the live stream. So that was a ridiculous way to tell you that I've already eaten. Because there was no breaks. You know, I started packing at 5. I didn't get a lunch break. I didn't get a breakfast break. I didn't get a bathroom break. And I don't know. I think I'm going to call my local union rep and complain about my boss, because he's really riding me hard, man. I'll tell you what. He really cracks the whip. Explain it to me like on the fire. The post office is great. I love my post office. They are super awesome. Like, I walked in there. Now they're kind of used to me, right? That's the Blythe River Rainbow that's on my website. That was an exact fish that I shipped out today. But anyways, so I walk in and I carry like 4 boxes at a time when I go in there. And they're like, "Oh, you got fish today?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "Okay, just set it on the counter." Like, it's all prepaid, so I don't have to wait in line. I don't have to do anything. And I'm like, "All right." And so then I went back and I got 4 more, and I walked in there like, "More fish?" And I'm like, "Oh, and there's a lot more too." It's 4 trips to get all my packages in there, and they were just so great. They were like, "Oh my gosh." And then when I went to UPS, and I dropped off 3 packages at UPS, and the guy was like, "I didn't even know like people even ship fish." So there was a girl in line in front of me, and she's like, "Live fish?" That's what they say every time. "Live fish? Really? You can ship live fish? I didn't know you could ship fish." How do you think they get here from the other side of the world, people? I swear. Doesn't matter. Every time. Whether it's UPS, I always get the, "Oh, are there really live fish in there? I didn't know." So anyways, this lady's like grilling me, asking me 100 questions, and then the UPS guy's like, "Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing until someone brought some in last week." And I was like, "That was me. I brought him in last week." He's like, "Oh, I thought you looked familiar." I'm like, oh man, it's been a long day. Anyways, I love my post office. They're really great people, and I know they take care of the fish leaving while they're there and why they leave. And the lady that drops off my fish when I get like Dwayne sent me some fish, someone else sent me some fish, and so I actually go out and meet her. She parks in front of my house, and I go meet her, and she's like super nice. And yeah, so my post office is really great. I have no complaints with my post office. It's the other post office I that I have problems with. UPS opened my package because they were afraid they couldn't breathe. Man, yeah. There's live fish in there? I'm like, yeah, the fish just swim over to PetSmart and jump in their tanks. That's how they get there, people. Come on. And it's funny because this lady was like, I guess there's just so many things in this world I just don't know about. And I'm like, apparently, lady. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so salty about people like always bugging me about dropping off live fish. I don't know why it annoys me. It's a really stupid thing to let annoy you, but it does. It annoys me every time. Anyways, people never believe I get live fish shipped to me. I know, it's like, I don't know, whatever. I know more than you meme always comes to mind when I have an overnight package. Yep. The FedEx delivery people argue with me whether it's legal to ship live fish or not. Ugh. Is that like at your pet store? Like they argue that? Like as they're dropping off fish to your store, they're like, this is illegal. And you're like, okay, buddy. Oh, man, I'm missing. Aqua Discovery with the $3 super chat says, how's it going? And I don't know if that's a high five, but if it is, there you go. Oh, man, I killed my shoulder. That actually kind of hurt a little. Let's see. I don't think I missed. Okay, so Bob, Aqua Discovery with the $3. RJ Riz with the keep it up. I'm actually, yeah, thank you. That actually, I like that one. Thank you, RJ Riz. And then OP, what is this thing? Is this like a Mecco hippo? A Mecco hippopotamus? With the $20 super chat, thank you. What kind of fish are those swimming in the background? They are clown killifish and peacock gobies, both available on my website. Just so you know. You're welcome. Have a good night, everybody. I gotta get going to bed. Bedtime for this old lady. Do you know how much you're gonna sell the Laguidia for? I don't know yet, Alex. I'm sorry. I still have to do a little bit more research on the type, and yeah. Nope, Charles, this is not one of my tanks. This is a member's tank. And that member is here if they want to brag about it. Caleb Aquatics, what up? Yo, what up? Bob, how many tanks do you have set up for the fish you ship, and roughly what size are they? So they're between 10 gallons and 40 gallons. I have two 40-gallon breeders. I have a whole wall of 10s. I think it's 21 10-gallon tanks. And then I have 8, like 18-gallon weird size acrylic tanks. Another row of 10s. I think there's 6 or 7 10-gallon tanks in that row. And then I just set up a row of 20-gallon talls, but I haven't filled them with water or anything yet. That'll be tomorrow's project. And then I have one entire wall to go. So that'll probably won't happen until maybe spring, or at least the next $1 per gallon sale, I think. Oh, excuse me. What rainbows from your site will fit in a 40-gallon? The Praycocks. The Praycocks. Let me hop on over to the website. I'm on Rainbow Fish. So all of these rainbow fish. Oh, so yeah, here we go. The Kamaka, the Threadfin, the Praycocks. I'll have Pseudomagills this week, so those will. And yeah, everything else probably going to want to... Oh, and the Celebs. Everything else you're probably going to want a 4-foot tank for. Have you found any erythromycin that isn't 90% salt? Nope. Nope. And I'll tell you what. I quit using erythromycin for a minute and swapped it out with Maricin and have had nothing but disastrous results. I tried it twice and it completely wiped out 2 of my tanks, and it may be coincidental, it may be just pure happenstance, but the 2 times I did quarantine with Maricin, both tanks completely wiped out. This is why Kamaka rainbows are not on the website, because it wiped out all my Kamaka rainbows. It wiped out all of my redhead geophagus. All of them. Just completely obliterated my entire stock. And within hours of treating with Maricin, every single fish was dead. So, yeah. Now I have a bunch of Maricin that I'm just going to most likely throw away because I don't trust it. And like I said, it could have been something else. It could have just been coincidence. But, yep. That was a really rough loss. And if it wasn't for that loss, I probably would have been profitable this week. It would have been like my first profitable week. But, yeah, that was rough. That was I'm pretty bitter about that, but... And again, like I said, I'm sure it has nothing to do with Maricin because people use Maricin all the time. I did not mix it with other meds. So, yep. I don't know. Very disappointing because Kamakas and redhead geophagus are very expensive fish. But I will say the reason I used it though is because they both had ick, and I originally treated with Ick-X and General Cure. I did not have any erythromycin, so I did not dose with that. And it went away for like the ick went away for like 2 days, and then it came back, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna try this Maricin, and they were all dead within a couple hours. So it could have been something completely, like they could have still had something going on with them, but it made the water was like foul, like it stunk, it smelled really bad, and it wasn't from the dead fish because it hadn't been dead long enough, and it was like a medicine kind of funky smell, not like a dead fish kind of smell. Like everyone knows what dead fish smells like. It wasn't that, but it was like a, I don't know. It kind of smelled like a doctor's office. I don't know. It was just a really weird experience. That's been my experience with Furan 2. Every time I use it, the fix die. Would 6 Kamakas do well in a 40? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think. It's like I don't even know. Like I've never Maricin is erythromycin. I know we've talked about this. Well, I'm sure something's different. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'll never use it again. I gotta get going. I have to get dinner started. See y'all awesome fish keepers another time. What was the big red rainbow you got at the co-op a while ago? That was like 3 years ago. I still have that rainbow fish. It's in a 125-gallon tank, I think. It's hard to know exactly which one is which these days. But that was just a red rainbow, a New Guinea red rainbow. Glossolepis. Incisus. Pseudo-incisus. I don't know. It's been a long day. Are Chinese algae eaters social? Chinese algae eaters are a-holes. So there you go. My dentist's office smells like laughing gas. That means your dentists are having way too much fun. What's the size of that monster now? Still the same. My 125 is full of all monsters, like giant parvas, giant like old grandpa Bosemani. And yep. I know it's supposed to be the same candy, but it's like using a generic or something. Definitely didn't work the same, but I don't actually know why. Yeah, so both times it clouded my water, like super cloudy, like instantly. And so I just thought that was normal, but then talking to other people, they're like, Marison has never made my water cloudy ever. So, yeah, I don't know. Unboxing, Kaler's Aquatics. There's actually an unboxing sticker. That is so cool. I get leery around antibiotics for prophylactic use. Much risk. Yep. Never again. It's a peacock gudgeon. A peacock gudgeon. And a clown killie. I will tell you guys, the clown killifish are so awesome. Like when I go to like scoop them out, it's so hard not to like just scoop them all and throw them in one of my tanks in my house. They are just so beautiful. They're very active, and like this tank right behind me. Like I could just watch this forever. Peacock gudgeons and clown killifish. Ali Patton, welcome to the Steenfott Shoal. Thank you very much. We've actually lost 5 members in the last week, so it's good to get... One of those was me. So it's good to get 2 of them back. It's like right when we hit 50 members, we lost 5. But again, one of those was me. I was a member to my own channel. Matthew Vargas. Oh, already. I'm pretty sure I got that super chat. 6 Kamakas. Yeah, you could probably do like a dozen in a 40. Just saying. Thank you, Ali, for becoming a member. You also now get a discount on the website. If anyone was looking for the Melanotania Bowmani, not the Bosemani, but the Bowmani, they are back on the website as well. Aqua Discovery says, I love my clown killifish. Hint, hint. He probably already said it, but this is his tank that we're watching. Putrid Bob? What? I'm putrid? Maybe after I eat Taco Bell. I don't know. They seem really cool. How many killies could you comfortably fit in a 40 breeder, and what do you do for a tank mates? So, African American cichlid, I mean, if you want a fun tank, just copy this tank that's right behind me. Throw in maybe some Corridoras, and you'd have a really fun tank. So, I bought 50 clown killies last time, 50, and put them in a 10-gallon. And you can't even tell. Like, it still doesn't seem like it's, like, not overstocked. So, if you bought, like, 50 of any Tetras and put 50 of them in a 10-gallon tank, it would be like, okay, that's, like, way too much, right? But with clown killies, because they're just really, like, they're long and they're slender, really skinny, they don't take up that much space, and so it's really, like... I don't know. It's like a... What am I trying to say here? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, you could put... anyway, as far as how many you could put in a 40-gallon, probably, like, easily 100. I mean, easily. Veranda Guy, welcome to the Steenfott... Veranda Guy, you made an order last week, and then... you're a week late. You could have used that discount. For all the new members, the discount is posted in the members section if you actually want to use it. But there is some behind-the-scenes footage you get too, so it's not just for the discount. But thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I picked out one really nice-looking male Praecox rainbow for you today, and then the other one's pretty small. But you got one nice one, at least, and then you get to watch the other ones grow up. The Fish Tank Barn says, is there any fish that you are more interested in now that you have been doing in retail? Yeah, like the clown killies, and again, we're going back to the clown killies and the peacock gudgeons. So I have kept peacock gudgeons now for about 6 to 7 months, but they're in 125 and I never see them. And definitely the clown killies. They're definitely on top of the list, are the clown killies. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've brought in that I haven't kept before. I've like the neon green rasboras are amazing, but I already have a giant school of those. The neon blues are kind of cool. They're very small. They're definitely a nano fish, but those are pretty cool. Yeah, I got it with the clown killies, man. They're just amazing fish. Matthew Vargas, how many have brosis for a 20 long? Probably like a dozen, maybe more. I'm not worried about the discount. Just glad to support you. I gotta know, when am I getting those Ackies, man? I need some Ackies in my life. I need to get off my butt and set up my other tanks so I can buy more rainbows. I just deleted my chat. I gotta pop it back up here. Did we get another member? KZ Karen Ellis. Welcome to the Steenfott Show. I think I now got all of my members back. Thank you, guys. That wasn't like, I hope you didn't think I was like begging for members, but I really appreciate it. What else? RJ Riz. After the stream, check out Father Fish's channel. Here's my pen. What type of paint do you use for the background? The kind that you can just peel off. Father, where'd that go? Father Fish's channel. All right, written it down. I wrote it down. Wrote-in it down. Oh gosh, what is that paint? Acrylic Plasti Dip. Thank you, AC Aquatics. Man, it's been a really long, there's, I would say probably like 6 times is like my typical like, I can't think of that. Somebody, what is that again? But boy, today it's been like every single question. Plasti Dip. I absolutely love Plasti Dip. That is my go-to for everything. I've even painted a stand in Plasti Dip. Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration. Did you see your trout goodies on the last video, I hope? What light was on the tank in your last video? Was placed towards the front, middle, or back? You're actually talking about the trout goodies. It is a cheap eBay light. It is an Aquaneat, but I don't know which one. There's a problem with these cheap eBay lights is that I swear like I could buy one and then go back a couple months later to try to buy it again, and it's already something different model number. That's the most annoying thing about these cheap eBay lights. It's an Aquaneat. It's not full spectrum. It's all like 6500K LEDs and like a couple blue LEDs. That's all I can tell you about it. Aquaneat. What fish are you looking forward to selling that you haven't been able to get yet? Definitely epistogrammas. I would actually like to bring in more Africans, but like dwarf. So like some dwarf Mbuna, like the Sinotilapia. I would love to bring in Sinotilapia, but I don't know that I have like the audience for African cichlids. So I'm really kind of nervous. Like maybe like 3 years ago when I had a lot of African cichlids on my channel, I could have brought in African cichlids and done well. But now I don't know if I can do that. So I'm really hesitant about bringing any African cichlids in, especially because I feel like there's already like a huge market for people to buy African cichlids at, because they're pretty common fish. But I really like any of the Sinotilapia, especially like the Lion's Cove Sinotilapia. Just the dwarf Mbunas in general are pretty awesome, but I really like the Sinotilapias. Casey Sommers, what's up? I hope the fish are doing well. Casey got some of the Gary Lang Pracox Pagai. I should probably learn how to pronounce that at some point, but I don't know. And then some pencil fish. Also, what else are you getting? You're getting the Habrosis when I get them in. Would you like... Oh, I would like... I would buy them all. Fish are doing great. Good. I was stuck in Jimmy's stream until it ended. Then and only when it ended, I saw the video. Yeah. I kind of feel bad that I released it. I released that video on accident, and then he happened to be streaming at the same time. Because I uploaded it, and then I was going through and like doing all the end cards, the little cards that run whatever they're called during the video, doing like all the tagging, and for whatever reason it was set to public instead of scheduled, and I just hit save and it was like boop, there it was. That's why it was like I released it at like 2:17 or 2:33, some weird time. And I hate releasing videos in the middle of the hour. Like, it has to be on the hour because it's so much easier to track analytics when you release something at 3 versus like 3:27 or something weird like that. So I was like, whoops. And I've done that before a couple times, which is why some of my videos don't have thumbnails, like actual thumbnails. They're just like stills of the video because I'm just like, whoops. Whatever. I'm terrible at YouTube. What are you going to do? I agree. Fatherfish channel is worth a look. It's a new channel by a guy who's been keeping fish for 70 years. That sounds pretty awesome. He told everyone to watch it during the stream. I know. I messaged him afterwards. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry for being a douche and releasing a video during your live stream. And he didn't care, but still. He was like, I told everyone to go watch it. And I was like, yeah, but don't ever do that again. Like, if that ever happens again, don't ever do that again. Don't make people leave your live stream. AC Aquatic says, I want shell dwellers. Yeah, so I did bring in shell dwellers, and they sat for like a month and a half. And at least they sold. I'm about to drop the price, honestly, on the Nanacara Anomala, the neon blue Nanacara. I'm about to drastically lower the price on those because those are fish that I had on my very first order as well, and apparently nobody wants them but me. So I already lowered the price once, and then pretty much on these fish that don't sell, like every week I'm going to drop the price a little bit, and then next week if they don't sell, I'll drop the price a little bit more, and it'll just be like this gamble. Maybe a couple people are like, you know, maybe I'll buy it this week, but ooh, if I don't buy it this week, maybe it'll be cheaper next week. But then maybe someone will buy it at this new price. I don't know. So you can gamble if you want, but I want those Acura. You want an Acura Integra? Just kidding, fish dreams. Well, I'm gonna watch the Chargers hopefully beat the Chiefs. I bet they do. Because the Chargers can only beat good teams. That's it. When I say dwarf and Mbuna, how dwarf are we talking? So Cinetilapia, I have Cinetilapia Lions Cove. I've had them for a couple years now, and they're like 3.5 inches. I don't have any that are over 4 inches. Shells are so expensive. I don't know. I get them for free. I want Kudo Punctatus Orange Fin. Yeah, those are a nice one. Priscilla dropping the $1 turd on the live stream. Thank you, Priscilla. Greg says, I have multis, lots of fun. So do I. My multis are in blackout right now. Fish Tree said, I'm going to go pout right now. No need to pout. I'm just kidding. Do you think Shelly's should be alone, or are they harmless fish? Or are there harmless fish that can live with them peacefully? So Shellies are not peaceful fish. They can go with other fish. Any type of like rock dweller. I've kept them with Cyprichromis pretty successfully. Cyprichromis generally stay at the top, except at night when they drop down to sleep. But usually the Shellies are sleeping then too, so it's not that big of an issue. So yeah, they don't have to be in species only tanks. You just have to plan out that kind of tank though. So like when I kept them with rock dwellers, like I had my stack of rocks on the left side and I had all the shells on the right side, and so they kind of each had their own spot. So you gotta have to plan that sort of thing out. Yes, I have flaws. I sing in the shower. I spend too much time volunteering, and sometimes I hit people with my car. So sue me. I have the redfin variants. Love them. Yeah, if I could get like pearl or golden shellies, I would definitely bring those in, but they're pretty expensive, even wholesale. Like I can get Parasiprochromis. The blue neon Parasiprochromis are available to me right now. Like I could buy them and bring them in, but even at wholesale, they're super expensive, and I feel like they would sit on my site forever. Even though everybody wants this fish, a lot of people wait long time for these fish. Your clown killifish are sold out. No, they're not. Who's the idiot that runs the inventory system here? I'm gonna have to have a talking to that guy. They are definitely not sold out. You just can't get good help these days, I tell you. Let me fix that right now. Actually, I better go count them first. I know there's definitely more, though. Let's see. I have guppies with my multis and a 20 long without a problem. Now that is actually a pretty interesting combination. How have they been sold out? Okay, I need a new warehouse manager. I'm going to fire the current manager. What a joke. No wonder I can't make any money around here. The inventory's not accurate. Jeez. Ooh, I would love to... So, here's the thing. I love African cichlids so much. But I feel like... I feel like African cichlids aren't just something like I can bring like 1 or 2 species of in, right? I feel like if I get into African cichlids, I'd have to have a reason for someone to actually come check out my site for African cichlids, and no one's gonna come check out my site if I only have like 2 or 3 species. So I would have to have like at least like a dozen different species, and I'll get there hopefully eventually. I mean, I absolutely love African cichlids. They've been a favorite of mine. They're my second most favorite fish behind rainbow fish. So yes, I'm hoping to bring them in. I just haven't developed a good strategy for doing so yet. Personally, my favorite shell dweller is the gold ocellatus by far. Like there's not even anything close. The gold shelly is just, the color is absolutely amazing. Where could I get some cheap rocks or stones? Just walk outside, Cody. That's where I get mine. You can go check out. I have a video on it. It's a couple years old, but I think it's like called Hunting Hardscape or something like that. I just go out. I mean, I guess it depends on where you live, but I just go out when I go hiking. I always grab. I went hiking last Friday, which was so great, so great. And I brought home like I have this piece of wood, right? It's like this big around, and probably like 5 or 6. Well, that just sounded weird. I collected a piece of wood out of the wild, and it's probably like, this big around and maybe like 6 feet long, and the whole thing is just covered with sphagnum moss. Like from head to tippy toes, this thing is just covered with sphagnum moss. Obviously not for an aquarium, but I do have some paludariums, vivariums, terrariums that I'm going to be using it in. And so, yeah. Now, I have nothing to worry about because of my area as far as bringing in like parasites or things like that. I still generally wash and clean stuff, but I'm generally not too worried about it because I'm so far up in the mountains when I get this stuff that there's not going to be any like fear of parasites or anything like that. I'm over my Africans. I want to change my 125 to planted with rainbows, but the wife likes the Africans. That's kind of like my life cycle of fish keeping. I go to Africans, and I go to planted tanks, and I go back to Africans, and then back to planted tanks, and it's just like this cyclical cycle. And yeah. Can you get Amazon puffers? I ordered some this week, but I'm not very hopeful that they will come in. So you need to get some Geophagus wind milleri. I would probably never say no to Geophagus if they were on the list, because Geophagus are awesome. What was I talking about before that? Amazon puffers. They're pretty rare to come by wholesale, but I order them every time they're on the list, and I've yet to get them. mainly because all of like the big time players, you know, the people that spend thousands and thousands of dollars a week on fish, I'm sure they're getting like first pick at the good loot. And then the people like me that spend, you know, a couple buttons or some pocket lint whatever I can find in the couch cushions, I'm sure I'm like way on the bottom of the priority list. Cyclical cycle, a little redundant. You know, I used to say that about people that would say LCD display. You're being redundant. LCD display. Liquid crystal display. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. So I can join your channel from my laptop, apparently. So as soon as I get some money, I'll be joining. Listen, Scott, I'm never gonna like break anyone balls to join my channel. This should be like the very like last thing of priorities on someone's like list of budgeting would be like joining a YouTube channel. I know we're buddies. I'm not offended that you're not a member by any means. If you are a member, great. But again, I see. And I'm not even talking about you, but I remember a comment when someone was doing a fundraiser, and they were like, well, I only have, you know, they were like, well, I'm pretty poor. I only have $1. And then the person responded was like, well, every dollar helps. And I was like, this is a kid, like saying that they don't have a lot of money and can only like support $1. And your response is every dollar helps. Like, really? Like, you want to take $1 from a broke kid? And again, I'm not like comparing that to your situation, but yeah, as far as like, you know, budgeting, as you know, money, yeah, just don't. And I'm sure you're not even making this a priority. This is more like in general for everyone. Joining a YouTube channel should be like the last of your priorities. I know who that was. Yeah. How deep do you plant Val? Like a stem or a bulb? I do it like a stem, simply because I don't want my other, or I don't want my fish digging it up. My next purchase will be rice fish. Oh, I want rice fish so much. The rice fish are on the list this week, but it was only males, and I'm like, I'm not doing only males. That's the only way I can get guppies is if I buy males, and I'm like, I don't want to do that again with another fish. So as soon as like males and females of rice fish are on the list, I'm totally getting them. I love Sinnohs. Never heard of a moramid. That is a dolphin. It's a dolphin fish, and they're really cool. You can go on YouTube and like people have my $300 worth if Cyprichromis all survived the first week. Yeah. But people have trained this fish to like swim through like hula hoops and, well, not like full size, just like little loops, right? But anyways, McDonald's for rocks? What? Dolphins and baby whales. The baby whales I've had issues with. I've tried them a couple times, and it was a fish that you never see. I never saw. Either time. The first time it died after, I don't know, like 5-6 months. And then like a year later, I saw it again at a local fish store. And so I bought it again. And this one lived for a while, but I never saw it. And that's pretty typical to like what I was reading online. And it was in a 125-gallon tank, Planet tank. And I had to like spot feed it at night to make sure it was eating because it just wouldn't come out. It was very skittish, and eventually I just gave it away because it was kind of a pain. It is a really, really cool and interesting rare fish, but there's definitely a reason why. Life in Liquid says, I can't find rice fish anywhere, still searching. Yeah, I was pretty excited to see him on the list, and then I saw the little parentheses, males only, and I was like, get out of here. Anyone have any idea what something like a dolphin knife would cost? There, I don't know that there's a thing called a dolphin knife. There are knife fish, and then there are dolphin fish. The dolphin fish would be the moramid, and they're expensive. I mean, probably like 40 to 60, maybe more, depending on the size. They are all wild caught and need acidic. Wait, they need acid, soft water, and eat at night. You're talking about, yeah, the baby whale. It's really like a real unique looking fish, definitely. Make sure you check your rocks for acidity using hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, I will say the only rocks I collect are river rocks, and I don't collect like gemstones or anything like that. But yeah, not a bad idea if you're not like a gemstoneologist. You might want to check them. I've done it so often, like just collecting river rocks is not a big deal. But yeah, I'm in town for 2 days. Bob, what are you up to? Just work. We're gonna be packing fish all day tomorrow, and then Wednesdays are most likely water changes. Yep. Yeah, it's really cool. Corey had a video of it. A video with a wholesaler in Peru. Oh, do clown loaches get nippy? They can be. They can be. All right, guys. Holy cow! It's already 6:30. Okay, we're gonna go 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. I can't believe it's already been an hour and a half. It's been another one of those streams that just flies by, which means it was fun. Okay. Give us some teasers for spring. Like what kind of teasers? Do you mean gemologist? I just like to make up my own words, all right? That's all. Teasers for spring. I don't think I have any spring teasers yet. Nirvana is overrated. I think Nirvana is rated exactly where they need to be. Yeah, I mean, spring teasers. I don't even know that I could give you teasers for December, let alone... Well, I guess I kind of did with the fish, but... Man, spring's so far away. Some man I can't spell. See, that's why I just make up my own words. It's so much easier. People will think you're an idiot, but I'm okay with that because I don't care what people think about me. And I'll tell you what, life gets a lot less stressful when you don't care what other people think about you. Believe me, it's true. Way less stressful. Way less. And you become a lot happier. So, just saying. Don't put other people's opinions of yourself over your own happiness, people. That is my words of wisdom for the day. And on that, I think we're going to end this stream. Let me roll through the super chats real quick. Holy smokes, this might be a record number. Fish Tank Barn, Kaler's Aquatic, Swisky, Melody V, new member, thank you. Joel, Kaler's Aquatics again, Aqua Discovery, RJ Riz, Ala Ratalin, oh man, I butcher that name every time. Matthew Vargas, Kaler's Aquatics, Ali Pat, new member, Brandon Guy, new member, Fish Tank Barn, again, Matthew Vargas again, RJ Riz, Matthew Vargas again, Casey Summers, new member, Priscilla MK Art. Whew. Thanks everyone who participated in the chat. Thanks you to all the lurkers, all the thumbs downers and thumbs uppers. Downers and uppers. Okay, I think that works. My words of wisdom, everyone set up a shell dweller tank. Alright guys. Oh man, this has been a fun stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's exactly what I needed after working for 13 hours straight. And I think I'm going to go sit in front of my fish tanks for a while. I hope to see you guys Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. And is there anyone going next? Is Caleb going after me? Anyone? Can we give anyone a shout out before I cut this off? Now that everyone has already left. You guys have approximately 30 seconds to shout someone out that's going live next. And as Bob Vance says, keep your sleeves dry and your dreams wet. There you go. Caleb's Aquatics. There's the link. Thank you, Candy. There is the next streamer, Caleb's Aquatic. Good night.